Hi everyone, my name's Alison. Welcome to my channel, Ancient Oak Psychic Arts. Today I'm going to do a general reading for the sign of Virgo. I'm going to go ahead and pull your overall energy, look at any guidance and advice from Spirit, and also look at any opportunities or challenges that you have coming in and how you can use that to your advantage. So this is good for all placements of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign. All right, so I have cleansed, shuffled, and meditated, and I have asked for the strongest energy to come through in the cards for Virgo. And just for full transparency, I am also a Virgo. So I am Virgo, I am Gemini Moon, and I have a Capricorn Ascendant. Here we go. All right, what does the universe want to tell Virgo today? We have the Eight of Cups. We have the Knight of Cups. We have the Two of Cups. We have the Four of Wands, the Two of Pentacles, the Sun card. For your opportunity, we've got the Three of Swords. And for your challenge, we've got the Knight of Wands. Wow. I like this energy. I have to say, what I really enjoy about this, the way that this has come up, is that we won't, first of all, let's look around the room. Let me tell you this. We have one major arcana, and it's the Sun card. It's the most positive card in the deck. If you're going to have one, this is a pretty good one to have. That's in your guidance and advice from Spirit. Then we have, let's see, we've got, first of all, for your energy overall right now, it's all cups. It's all the emotions, it's love, it's your intuition, your connection to source. So we've got that. Then we have some wands. I was going to say one thing that we're missing is swords, but we do have one sword, and that is in the opportunity. It's the Three of Swords, and that's a pretty good one to have for your opportunity. I know a lot of people get unnerved by it, but it's actually a really good one to have. So let me go ahead and get into it, because there seems to be a denseness to this already. I can feel it. All right, so let's go ahead and start with your overall energy. I'm going to start with your recent past, and that is the Eight of Cups. This is telling me that there's something that really broke your heart. There's something that you loved very dearly and it did not work out. This could be unrequited love. This could be the loss of a dream, the loss of part of yourself. You know, like when some people get older and they get dementia or Alzheimer's, they lose a part of themselves. Maybe you're in a traumatic accident and you've lost a part of yourself. You're having to retrain the brain. It's that kind of energy that you've lost something that you loved, and it's breaking your heart. And so this is a card where you're just wallowing in that type of misery, that feeling of intense loss. So this is a pretty heavy card. Now, I'm glad this is in the recent past, because this is telling me that you've transitioned away from it, right? Because we are complicated beings. We have light and dark. We have an array of emotions, from the positive to the negative and everywhere in between. We're not two-dimensional. And this is telling me that this is something that you went through. It was probably there to teach you a life lesson, to learn from that type of pain that came in. And but it's pain of the heart, okay? But it was something that you had to go through to learn some type of a lesson. So that is in your recent past. I'm going to get clarifiers in a minute. Your present energy is the Knight of Love, the Knight of Cups. So there you had in your recent past a lot of pain, and now you have the ability to bring your heart forward, right? This is that beautiful Prince Charming energy, and every knight is on a mission, and your mission is to bring your love forward. And here, you know, the knights are a combination of light and dark, or positive and negative aspects of that. Really, all cards are, but the knights in particular, they have certain aspects. So I feel that while you're bringing your cup of love forward, there is a little tinge, a little sting still from what happened in your recent past, but you're pushing through it, right? You're working through it, but it's there. I can feel it on the cards. So this is about you really moving forward. You're looking towards your future. You're not looking towards the past, even though the past is resonating inside you. You are looking towards your future and what it is that you want to build for yourself. Whether it's going to be a relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. This could also be having a child. This could be getting a pet. This could be enhancing the relationships you're already in. This could be relationships with friends and family. This could be coworkers. This could also be career. This could be work. This could be retirement. This is something where it could even be a hobby, right? Something that you are really passionate about and that you're putting yourself out there, because he's bringing his cup of love forward. So you are literally bringing yourself out there. Not so much in a vulnerable way, but you're on a mission to really find love and to be able to express love in your life right now. You're looking to move away from pain. You're looking to move away from this. You did learn the lesson and you're moving ahead. Because when we get into your near future, this is so beautiful. We've got the Two of Cups. So you're ready for a relationship. You're on a mission. Okay, you're on this mission, the Knight, and now you find this Two of Cups. For me, this is you meeting this kindred spirit. Again, whether it's going to be a friendship, companionship, whether it's a romantic relationship. This can be you having a truce with yourself. Again, when if you lost an aspect of yourself, whether it was through, illness or a traumatic brain injury or just the loss of a dream, maybe something didn't pan out the way you wanted it to, whatever that might be, that could also include you calling a truce with yourself. Not beating yourself up over it, learning it as a life lesson, and then moving forward. That's huge because we all do it. It's very human. So it's something that you go through and you learn from it. It makes you a deeper, richer individual by having that type of life experience, right? So now you're meeting someone or you're in a relationship and you're able to double down, but you're meeting a kindred spirit. Even if you guys are different, it's meeting someone that you definitely have some other things in common with. Maybe you don't look the same. Maybe you don't live in the same area. That's why a lot of people meet on Facebook and other areas, because maybe there was a common hobby or something that brought you together. Now, I'm the first to tell you I do not believe in online dating, because I think people can really hide and they're there for their own entertainment. They have an agenda. If you are online dating, my suggestion is you really want to meet people in person in a public place, in a safe environment, because there's so many AI apps out there that people can be somebody that they're not. They can mimic some famous person's voice. This happened to a friend of mine. She's friends with several people that are very famous, and one guy in particular, she's known him for years. Well, she got fooled. Somebody used an AI app and they were able to fake videos, voice, and I mean not just the voice and the tone and everything else, but everything, the dialect, the way the language is. I mean, she was completely fooled. Then she introduced me to him, and I'm talking to this strange person thinking it's him. Listen, this stuff can really fool you. It is crazy. And she still has a hard time wrapping her head around it. Think about what they use in Hollywood. Okay, I don't want to make this an anti-dating online type lecture, but I want to stress that because I don't want to see anybody get hurt from that. I mean, all that technology is coming out of Hollywood and DARPA and wherever else. You really need to be careful. You want to meet somebody in person to make sure they are who they say they are. Even then, you would still, I'd say, do a background check. But, you want to definitely meet in person, okay? In the flesh. All right, let's get clarifiers. Sorry, I can't believe I just went off on that. Those are words of wisdom, but this is not an anti-online dating video. Let me turn my fan on. All right. So let's go ahead and get those clarifiers. All right. We've got Queen of Wands. We've got the Eight of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, the Chariot, the Five of Wands, and the the Five of Swords and the Four of Wands. Beautiful cards. Okay, so when we are looking at, and the Four of Wands is actually here twice. It's in your guidance and advice from Spirit also. I just haven't gotten to it yet. So this Eight of Cups is being clarified by the Queen of Wands and the Eight of Swords. So this is telling me that you want to take these bold, courageous steps forward to create something really special in your life, but you're kind of stuck in your head. Now, this is your recent past. So this is about you having really an internal fight with yourself, an internal struggle. This is you really wanting to create something. You don't have any fear. You're going for what it is that you want. You're using your charm, your charisma. You're out and about. You're going for it. And then the thoughts come up and you start to second guess yourself, or, you feel, you just start processing too much. You're overthinking it. So that's something that's coming up in your recent past, that kind of energy. Then when we get to your future, your present, and I just feel like this is so emblematic of that Eight of Cups. Now you're on a mission for love. So you're trying to go through this healing process and you really want it, but you're fixed. You've got a little bit of stuck energy here. This is a stubborn, stuck energy. And remember, I was saying, I feel like there's something lingering from that Eight of Cups coming into this night, because it's a mixture of positive and the negative traits in the night. So I feel like a little bit of that pain from that Eight of Cups is lingering, and it's showing up in this stubborn, stuck, kind of fixed energy where you're still holding it on over the heart chakra. Even though you're bringing your cup of love forward, you're a little guarded in your heart. And that's okay, because that's the stage you're going through, but you're working through it, but it is showing up in your energy. So your heart is protected right now. You're guarded. Then we have the Chariot, victory and success, using your intuition. So still a water energy. This is Cancer energy, right? So it's clarifying that Knight of Cups. You've got victory and success, using your intuition to guide you forward. So as you're bringing your cup of love forward, and you do use your intuition with the Knight, you're really getting a lot of success by using your intuition, by doubling down on it. Help guide you in a relationship, career, hobby, finances, health, whatever it is that you're going towards with your cup of love. In any aspect of your life, it's bringing you a lot of success by trusting your intuition and tapping into it. Then we get into your near future. This Two of Cups energy, and it's being clarified by the Four of Wands and then the Five of Swords. And again, this is the same card, different deck, Four of Wands. So this one's in your guidance and advice from Spirit. So these two cards are, again, there's a complication in the reading. And by complication, I mean there is a contrast. There's a push-pull going on. The card of freedom and of celebration. And this is the card of you really having some not dark thoughts, but you have these thoughts that come in and they stick to you and they hurt you. You'd have like the painful memories, or you got in a fight or an argument with someone, a verbal fight or argument, and words were spoken and you can't take them back. And some of them stuck to you. Maybe you normally have a protective shield up and you try not to let anything penetrate in. Well, these words penetrate in when the Five of Swords shows up, and it creates a type of obstacle. So we've got, it's like they're opposite. So here we've got this beautiful card of celebration, of freedom. It's the 11 card, and that gateway is open for you to run through and celebrate. This can even be the card of marriage at times. So, here it is. If you're single and you're looking for someone, you could find marriage material or a serious committed relationship. Always use your discernment. But there's still something lingering, and I think it has something to do with what happened in the past. Maybe now when you're over processing stuff in your head, maybe some things are coming up, maybe some memories about it, and it's you just going through that process again and just letting it go, remembering what was said, letting it go, not letting the words have power over you. And I think that that's a really mature way of handling it. All right, because that is your overall energy, Virgo. Wow. Now, if that sounds like something you're going through, then this is your reading. So now we're going to go ahead and look at the guidance and advice from Spirit. It's 3 cards. Four of Wands, Two of Pentacles, and the Sun card, the most positive card in the deck. So the guidance and advice from Spirit is this card. Now, this is the last clarifier that was pulled, and it's the first card in the guidance and advice from Tarot. This is the card of freedom, of celebration, celebrating big milestones. This is, like I said, it's the 1111 card. It's a gateway, and there's a gateway right here to show you that it's really about you raising your vibration and having a good, positive attitude and outlook on life in general. Surrounding yourself with positive people. This is you not being alone. You celebrating in the company of other people. There's something about you being in the company of other people and everybody's spirits are being elevated. You benefit from it tremendously, okay? Even if there's different types of people, everybody's going to have a good time. Maybe it's just a summer gathering. Maybe it's a birthday party, an anniversary, graduation. It doesn't matter. Everybody's there to have a really good time, and they're on their best behavior. No one is negative. That is a huge, huge event for you to I feel like you're replacing some of the negative events that happen with some positive memories and experiences, right? Because then they become a memory. Maybe you're even meeting new people. Maybe that's where you meet someone, is at that event, you know, or that's where you deepen a relationship if you're in a committed relationship with someone right now, or just with friends. Maybe that's just a nice way where, you know, maybe it's a girl's day out, a guy's day out. Right? Maybe if you're a man, maybe you go out fishing and you just absolutely love it and you think it's a blast. And then you come in and then, you know, you're with your girlfriends or your wives, and then, you know, you bring the fish in and it's like everybody has a great time. Whatever it is, it doesn't even matter, right? It could just be something as simple as going to the beach, going barbecuing, having a bonfire at night, and then leaving. That will stay with you forever. The smell of that fire burning, if it's at night, having a bonfire, eating that fish, everybody laughing, maybe having a few beers or a couple glasses of wine or not if you don't drink. Whatever it is, they're fantastic memories and they will stay with you forever, and it raises your heart. If you can do that, by all means do it. We also have the Two of Pentacles. This is about you balancing your responsibilities in this life. This could be work and play. This could be family and, let's say, school. This could be retirement and grandkids. Whatever it is, this is you balancing your responsibility and noticing that if you take on too much on one side, you're out of balance. And if you take on more than you can handle, it's called the lazy man's load. And that's usually when you crash and burn. If you carry too much, or it's too heavy on one side or the other, you're going to slip and fall on this bridge, and this troll is waiting to eat you. This is about you having that beautiful balance in your life, right? And there might even be somebody that's waiting to see you fall, that they don't want to see you be successful. But this is Spirit's guidance and advice, is to definitely balance your life right now. So take a look at that, because that is important. Then we have the last card, which is the Sun. This is the most positive card in the tarot deck. This is you greeting the sun, basically greeting God every day, right? You're waking up and you're singing the song of life and of love and of greeting spirit and source, and you being in this beautiful natural environment. Turn the news off, turn all that shit off, because this world is beautiful when you don't have those horrible distractions that want to keep you in a lower vibrational energy. This is about you going for the most positive energy you can in your life. You're looking at the glass half full. You're looking for success and victory, which is right here in your present energy with the Chariot. This card is talking about you following your inner child. You do what it is that you love from a place of enthusiasm and watch the beauty and success that comes in, right? You're literally going towards the light. You're going towards God. You're going towards what it is that you're meant to do in this world. You're finding your path. And your path can always change. It depends on new information. Maybe you had a job or a career and you did it for 20 years and that went away, and now it's time to pivot and do something else. You're probably a different person anyways. Or maybe that's a beautiful skill that you can do in a different area. Maybe you even start your own business. Whatever that is, this is about you really looking at things in a different manner, in a very positive manner, and looking towards the light. Beautiful energy. Let me go ahead and get the clarifiers. We have the Justice card. We have the Five of Pentacles. We have the Sun card. So now we have the Sun card twice, the most positive card in the deck. Same card, different deck. This is the traditional card. Wow. And not with a little black suit on. You know, for the censorship for YouTube, I have to do that to my cards. I feel like I'm now destroying art, but that's their platform. And now we have the Three of Swords twice, and we have the Ace of Swords. All right. So when we're looking at this beautiful Four of Wands, it is being clarified by the Justice card and the Five of Pentacles. So this is a card that's talking about bringing yourself back into balance. And that really ties into the other card that's here in the guidance and advice from Spirit. Now this is Pentacles, the Two of Pentacles, but the Justice card is about you coming back into balance too. But this is about you knowing what is right, knowing what's right for you, knowing how to stand in your truth, knowing right from wrong, knowing what it is that you need to do in your life, right? Knowing how to stand in a place of integrity, knowing what it is to be an adult, to be a mature, responsible adult, to act responsibly, to call something out that is inappropriate behavior kind of thing, right? But it's about bringing the scales of balance back into your life. And I feel that a lot of the Virgos right now are doing that. I think you're standing in your truth. You're able to see with clarity. You're seeing a lot of things for what they are. You're going through something emotionally in your overall energy, but you definitely have clarity. I do not see any card that says you have unclear thinking. You absolutely can think very clearly right now and see very clearly. So with this Five of Pentacles, it's telling me that you need to focus on your strengths, not your weaknesses. This is the card of lack. So this is you maybe at times feeling left out in the cold, feeling like an outsider or a fifth wheel. No, in this card of lack, it's for you to focus on your strengths to pull yourself out of that, because we have so many strengths here. This is Spirit just saying, no, don't focus on the negative. You've got the Sun card here twice. You're focusing on the positive. You're going towards the light. When this card comes up, if you have moments where you slip and maybe there's moments of self-pity or feeling like a victim, this is when you turn it around. It's like, no, no, no. I'm responsible for my own actions. I can stand in my truth. I am mature and responsible, and I can make things happen for myself. I understand the consequences of my actions, and I act appropriately. And that brings a lot of things to celebrate in. That brings a lot of freedom, a lot of clarity. It brings better friends and family. It allows you to have and attract quality people. It just changes your life completely. So when you feel that and you feel like left out in the cold, or maybe you're with the wrong group, this is an eye-opener for you to go ahead and look at what it is that's around you and where do you want to be, and start taking those necessary steps. But to get out of the card of lack is to focus on your strengths. Okay, then we have this Two of Pentacles. This is you balancing your responsibility, and that is being clarified by the Sun card and the Empress. Again, this is you following your inner child, going towards the sun, going towards the light. What is the most positive thing you can do? All of the sunflowers are following the sun and the light. What is it that you want to create for yourself? Because this energy is here. It's available for you to tap into for this type of success. When you follow your heart, when you're doing something positive and going in the right direction, it's good for your mental health and your physical health, and you feel unstoppable. You just don't have the obstacles if you're going in the wrong direction, or if something's not working out, pivot, whatever it is. This is telling me the obstacles just don't come up when you're going in the right direction for yourself right now. Yeah, I just feel that you're doing it from the purity of your heart, and you have a lot of enthusiasm about this, and that's bringing on a lot of success, having that positive attitude. And with the Empress, this is you living your idealized life. The Empress is all about ease. Everything is easy for her. She can wave this scepter over the wheat, and it just grows, and it can be harvested. She is all four queens put together, so she has mastered each suit at the Queen. And she has this beautiful, loving, abundant energy. She's creative. If there's something you want to begin in your life right now, this card with this card, the Sun, the Empress, and the Two of Pentacles, balancing your responsibilities, you can do it. It's coming in. That means you're in alignment, is what Spirit is saying. So if you're looking to create a business for yourself, a retirement, and a plan, this is really an excellent time for you to tap into that energy and start writing it down and double checking everything and making sure it's what you want to do. Like if you want to retire, do you have enough money to retire? If you look at inflation, is it where you want to be? What happens if you have like a catastrophe or you want to move? Do you have enough, extra money in addition to what you need to live moving forward, right? You're looking at the big picture, and do you want to go back and work part-time somewhere even after you retire just for fun? Just to have a little extra spending money, or however it is that you want to look at that. It's that kind of energy. And if you are a senior and you think no one's going to hire you, come to Southwest Florida. And I can't speak for the rest of the country, but I'm currently in Southwest Florida. And you know what? They hire a lot of seniors to work everywhere, at Lowe's, at Home Depot, and where else have I seen them? At the grocery store, and everywhere else, I don't know, H&R Block when you do taxes. But the thing is that they want someone that's going to show up to work, someone that's going to be reliable and has common sense, because, sometimes the young kids don't. And they're looking for people that are going to show up, people that are grateful to have a job and they want to be there. And it's reflected in also their attitude when they work is fantastic. So if that is you, those doors are open. Don't feel like they're closed, right? I mean, there's no guarantees in life, but I can tell you, even at Starbucks, you see a lot of seniors in addition to those young kids. And that's a high energy job. Anyways, it's available. Make a plan. Okay. That's the end of the day. Make a plan. Then we've got the second Sun card, and it's being clarified by the Three of Swords and the Ace of Swords. And I just want to show you in your opportunity, you've got this Three of Swords. So it's the same card, different deck, but now it's here twice. Okay. Interesting. So this Sun card is being clarified by Two Swords. This is giving you the opportunity with all this positivity to heal an aspect of a wound in your heart. Something that has hurt you. And the very first card that we pulled is this Eight of Cups. So you have an opportunity, Spirit is saying, to heal from this, or maybe it's something else. Maybe there's something else that's lingering. Maybe it was something that happened in childhood. Maybe something that happened, like maybe a divorce, a death of a loved one, a pet, anything like that. Or maybe, something just didn't work out. Maybe you were going for a job and it just did not work out. Maybe you wanted to become a nurse and you did all your prereqs and you did everything and you just couldn't get into nursing school because of whatever reason, politics, whatever it was, and you just finally gave up. Right? Or maybe your grades weren't good enough, and that's because you wanted to be a nurse, but you're just not, you don't have that science background. Maybe you're more artistic and you need to go in a different direction. And maybe that means you want to be an illustrator for medical books, right? I mean, you can do something else. You need to be creative and think outside the box. This isn't healing an aspect of yourself. And then with this Ace of Swords, this is you again having this beautiful clarity. And Virgo, I feel like you have clarity. This is a literal gift and blessing from the universe and a new beginning, like all aces are. And this is giving you this ability to have clarity and opportunity and victory and success in this type of clarity. This is you maybe seeing something for the first time. And like I said, maybe using that example as a nurse and it didn't work out, but maybe you can go be an illustrator for medical books. Maybe you never in your life thought about that. And so one day you had this aha moment, or maybe you were flipping through a book and you're like, wow, I can do this. I draw all the time and, my art is maybe better than what's in this book, or I can do this and emulate it in a different style that's maybe more updated. Whatever your edge is, it's you looking at something differently. and having that moment. It's interesting, and that's what's coming through. You're having some aha moments, some epiphanies coming in. And it's positive because it's with the Sun card. All right, that's the guidance and advice from Spirit. Now I'm going to look at your opportunity and your challenge. Your opportunity is the Three of Swords. Again, same card, different deck. So in your opportunity, you have the ability to heal yourself. This is talking about maybe you have compromised your conscience. Maybe you've done something that you're not particularly proud of. You were put in a situation and you were compromised, and you compromised yourself. Whether you knew it at the time or not, there was a fallout. And this is just kind of telling me you have an opportunity to heal from that too. And that could also be a wound. You know, maybe you did something to someone that you normally wouldn't do. You maybe did it out of spite and you regretted it because it's not really who you are, but you just had that moment of weakness or something like that. You know, maybe you made a decision and in that moment it sounded great, but then afterwards you saw the fallout and the repercussions. But maybe in a moment of duress or weakness, you made a poor decision. It's about you healing that wound, and that's a great opportunity to heal that aspect of your heart. Then we have your challenge, which is the Knight of Wands. Now, is your challenge impossible? No, the challenge just means you have to work a little harder at it to achieve it, and when you do, it's incredibly rewarding. So in your challenge position is the Knight of Wands. You have a challenge to rush in and do something. Right now, maybe you're not rushing in, right? Because it's in the challenge. There's some type of blockage. There's something where maybe you're looking in a different direction. You're going slow. You're not rushing in. You're not going fast. And you're not on a mission right now to make something happen for yourself. So let's get some cards and find out why. Because every knight, like I said, is on a mission. And her mission is to go out into the forest at midnight. Once a year, this flower blooms. She is determined to see it. Her mission is to see the flower that blooms once a year at midnight. This is the night. She doesn't care if there's frightening things out in the forest. She's brave. She's going to do it no matter what. She's pursuing her passion. And that's what is in the challenge position for you. So let's get some clarifiers. Let's find out more information. We have the Emperor, the Tower. We have the Death card. Wow, the Release cards just showed up. And the Temperance card. How beautiful for you, Virgo. All right, so this is beautiful for you. When we look at this Three of Swords and you possibly betraying your own conscience or being able to at least heal an aspect of self, it's being clarified by the Emperor and the Tower card. Wow. This is you releasing this pain, this having any type of control over in your life. So let's say you compromised yourself. You're releasing that. You're forgiving yourself. You're letting it go, and you're using it as a life lesson, though. You're learning the lesson. You're not going to repeat it again. And if you do, then that just means you did not learn the lesson, and you have to repeat it until you finally do. But I feel like there's a sting there, so I do feel like you've learned the lesson. But you're going to have a Tower moment. You are releasing what no longer serves you. You're having some major revelations. And I think this is good. It's part of a growth that you're going through. Then we have the Emperor. This is you being a boss. You're owning it. You are owning that behavior, that feeling, the idea, the memory of what happened, then the whole situation. This is you being very mature and stepping up, owning it, and then releasing it and letting it go. And that's allowing you to be the Emperor. And the Emperor does not want to be embarrassed. The Emperor does not want to show emotion or weakness. The Emperor is a leader and in a position of strength and power. So if you have betrayed your own conscience, it's not something that you're going to feel particularly good about, right? It's going to hurt the ego. It's going to hurt your shiny shield a little bit. You know, you've kind of, you made yourself a little dingy in that moment. This is an opportunity for you to dust that off and learn from it as a type of training that you're going through to be a better person. And this is allowing you to step into this role. And now that's giving you a little bit of wisdom and insight and knowledge into that situation and to the world around you. It is an excellent opportunity. Now we're going to look at your challenge. Your challenge is the Knight of Wands, and that is being clarified by another release card, the Death card, and the Temperance card, the Angel. So really they're both angels, but so what I like about this is, so for your opportunity, we've got the Tower, and now for your challenge, we have the Death card. This is the universe stepping in to do this type of release work. This is you making a conscious effort with the Death card. This is Scorpio energy. This is all about you, again, recognizing what needs to be released, and you're going through that slow process, right? It doesn't have to be fast. This is that long trajectory. The Tower is usually really fast, but you can have a Tower moment that lasts years, right? It just depends on the situation. So why are you having a hard time self-actualizing and being on this mission? Well, you've got some things that need to be released, and that will allow you release what no longer serves you. Okay, so that means you're probably carrying some baggage, and maybe it's weighing you down, whether it's emotional or physical. It could be sometimes people just need to come in and clean their house out. Maybe there's things you need to put away from a past relationship. You don't have to throw it in the trash, if it's something that you want to hold on to for a memory, but maybe it's something that you need to put away. Let's say you broke up with your, let's say you're a woman, you broke up with your boyfriend, or you got a divorce with your husband, and you still have photos because maybe you still love them. That's a huge chunk of your life, probably. Well, there comes a point when you have to say, you know what, now's the time I need to take that down and put it away. I don't want to throw it away because maybe when I'm 80, I want to look at those photos, or whatever, your rationale might be, maybe in 20 years or whatever it is. But, because those are your memories, that's your life, right? But you don't need to have it on display for yourself and for other people, because if you want to start dating again, or when other people come to the house, they know you went through a divorce and they still see that and they're like, okay. Like you still have it up. You're not quite going through, you haven't quite healed through that process. So there comes a point when those photos come down, and that's going to allow you to have that type of release work. And that will also bring in a lot of healing, because that's part of what this card is. So you're releasing what no longer serves you for you to be able to go on a mission, something that might be holding you back. Then we have this Temperance card. This beautiful angel is coming in to bring you into a place of harmony. And isn't that what this whole reading has been about? It's bringing you to a place of harmony, of positivity, of allowing you to move through the depth of this emotional depth of being human, going through some pain and some movements in your life, and choosing the positive, right? You're choosing that Four of Wands. You're choosing the Empress. The Sun is here twice. It's allowing you to go through this process, whatever your process is, because this is a general reading. This is allowing you to come back to center and to be in this beautiful position of balance. You're able to alchemize anything that might be negative into a positive. Now, you can always do the reverse because it can go both ways, but this reading is all about you alchemizing any negative or pain or hurt into a positive, or just basically transmuting it and not giving it power anymore. You still have the memory, but now it doesn't have its hold or control over you, right? And remember this card, the Five of Swords, if you had any words that were spoken that you can't take back, they also don't have that power over you anymore. You are going through that healing process. And by doing that and having yourself in balance, it's going to put you on this road to glory. And that is going to be a very uplifting feeling for you to be able to tap into that. I think that it's allowing you to elevate yourself spiritually and consciously, and to expand your emotional depth. I think it's going to allow you to really see things on a big picture, and hopefully not get hurt as much the next time you're in any type of situation like that. You really see situations for what they are, or you handle it differently, hopefully better, going forward in another scenario. It's a beautiful energy. All right, that's your opportunity. That's your challenge. It's there for everybody, but not everybody grabs it, yet it is available. All right, Virgo, my fellow Virgos, that's what I have for you for today. If you could, please take a moment to like, share, and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And leave a comment if this resonates with you. And definitely leave a comment and let me know where in the world you're watching from. You know I'm getting ready to travel in the fall. Unless I don't do the heat. I'm going to be going to Canada on the east side. I'm also going to be going on a separate trip to Scotland and Scandinavia. And I'm really excited to be going. Oh my God. I am part Scottish, English, and Danish. And I cannot wait. I'm really excited to be going. I don't have dates yet. I'm waiting till we get closer to that time, and then I'll book. And then I'll have that uploaded on my site. So if you want to book an in-person reading with me, you can do so. You need to book in advance because I have very limited availability. All right, sign up for the newsletter, and I'll get to that in a minute. I want to tell you first, I have a membership on the YouTube channel. So if you want to be part of this awesome community and support the channel, definitely sign up for the membership. There's different tiers. And I also go live 3 days a week. On Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Thursday, it's in the morning, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then Friday, it's in the evening again, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and I answer your questions. It is by donation. All that information is in the link below. It's a lot of fun. If you've never seen a live, go back and watch a previous episode to get an idea what it's like. People submit their questions in advance through PayPal, Venmo, and Stripe, or they do it live, PayPal, Venmo, Stripe, or SuperChat. We're all in different time zones. And just note the SuperChat is more expensive because YouTube takes 40%. I'm just keeping it fair. So you can visit my website, and have to read my notes, ancientoakpsychicarts.com, and there you can sign up for the free newsletter, and that'll let you know about everything that's coming up. Book a personal reading with me. Do a missing person consultation. You can also visit the Learning Center on my website. That's where I have the 5-week manifestation masterclass that's coming out on August 5th. That's the next one. And this is going to be an accelerated class. It's 5 weeks. So definitely look for that. I also have my online tarot masterclass that's going to be coming out online. Right now I teach it live in March and in October. Again, everybody's in different time zones, different schedules. I've been asked to upload this too, so I'm going to. So that is going to be a lot of fun. I've had a lot of requests for that, so you will be able to take it at your own pace. So look for that. I think that is, my goal is the end of July, beginning of August, but I think we're looking more at August for that. And then I do private lessons, one-on-one in tarot, manifestation, and raising your vibration if that is something that you need help with. Check out Alison's picks. Those are my affiliate links. And then I do the occasional interview, so look for that. And I have more interviews that are going to be coming out. I'm just waiting because I work a lot. And so, I have another business outside of that. In fact, I should say this about the manifestation class. This is one of the reasons why I'm teaching it. I am a master manifester. I have my own companies outside of doing the psychic work. That is what I do. If you would like to learn those techniques, this is an excellent opportunity for you to learn it. You can use it in love. You can use it in work. You can use it to have someone bring you a cup of coffee. When you do these manifestation techniques, they work in the 3D. So it's a tried and true, for me, it's a tried and true way of making the universe respond to you. If that is something that you're interested in, definitely sign up. Early bird pricing is going on right now. All right, everybody. Sending you lots of love. Till next time. Bye for now.